how far back you know each other. Apparently, it really goes way back.
Yeah, same town kami.
You were townmates
Yeah,
sa Pangasinan.
Asinggan.
Oo. Oo. Ganun ba? Doon ba talaga? I mean, bata ka pa lang. Alam mo
Oh,
nang may...
I had in my mind an image of him kasi ano yan, anak ni Lakay Natsong. Natsong is how we call the old man, who was the congressman of
the district.
of the district, of the 5th district.
What do you remember of him?
Si FBR, as a police officer, yeah. As an army officer. Pero ano lang, nebulous, medyo ano lang, hazy kasi ano ka naman bata ka So,
Kwento-kwento.
you can associate that to old folks kasi sa Pangasinan, area ng mga veterano yan. Area ng mga lumaban sa Hapon, guerrilla itong si Lakay Natsong. Kaya ang mga narratives dyan sa lugar na yan, all about, so much about the war. 1940. Exploits. Maraming veterans doon. So, you won't be surprised na, hindi surprising na maraming military sa Pangasinan. But, si Boss comes out outstanding because he was the first West Pointer anyway. Diba? West Point, siya ang unang naka-West Point. Siya ang high-ranking na nag-military. He became chief PNP, chief of staff.
So maaga pa lang sa career niya, or maaga pa lang sa buhay niya, stand out na.
Stand out na. As a young boy growing up there, siyempre meron kang consciousness about people who might be rising up.
Na from your town?
From our town, if you are conscious at all. Pero later on na yun, siyempre, it has to take you to high school at the least to realize that there's this guy in your town. Di ba? Yun ang ano nun.
But the relationship, I guess...
Nagsimula lang kami ng nung PSG na, nung 96 na. Kasi nasa field ako
Matagal ka nang nasa service na.
Nasa field na ako In fact, I was with the opposite camp.
Opposite camp being...
Kay Ver ako noon
FCB.
Oo, di ba?
Why? Dahil army?
No. Dahil army ako, napunta ako sa army by a stroke of fate, of some decisions. Pero PC ako nandun sa klase namin. I was supposed to be with Sunny Rason PC, number 12 ako doon. Pasok na pasok ako dahil 24 ang quota sabi nila, company commander ka na kadete, you should show your leadership in the field. Napunta ako bigla sa army.
You didn't like that?
I didn't like it, pero instead of number 12, naging number 6 ako. Sa army. Di madali mo lang siguro by fate nalagpasan ko yung 6, yung 5. Di nag-iba yung buhay, di ba?
But PC, because constabulary, why? Because you were, I suppose you were also looking at...
Oo, siya ang idol mo. Di ba? Kaya nung nakita niya ako bakit army ka? Sir, nahiya akong pumunta sa inyo. Bakit ka nahiya? PSG na ako. Pero sabi ko naman, sir, PSG na ako So, anong di nandun na kayo. Doon pa lang ako nag-serve sa kanya, PSG.
Ano lang?
Nung kay Leo Alves.
Right.
96.
So, yeah, right.
Di wala pa ako doon sa first part, 92 to 96. 96 na ako pumasok 96, 97,
4 years na.
2.5 years na lang naabutan ko.
In his term as president.
And yet, that's very... that short 2.5 years was, of course, another exposure. Wala naman ako, nasa field ako kasi busy ako ng pagbibuild up ng ng the so-called Mindanao stint.
Yeah. Your career,
My career.
In the military.
nung pumasok ako doon, I could always tell all the people na Mindanao boy ito. Di ba?
You know your ano.
So,
You know your turf. Where was Fidel Ramos in your career at that time? Wala, separate.
separate.
He was chief
PC.
PNP.
Oh,
You
so,
were
ang nandoon, sina Sunny Rason.
your
Si
classmates.
Franco.
Oh.
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 In fact, I was with Nisa in the end, nasa Nisa ako noon eh.
Ah, the intelligence
So, nung
service.
revolusyon, nandun ako sa Malacanang Park,
Revolution.
86.
Oh, okay. But weren't you posted
Abroad.
supposed to be
Oh.
military attaché?
Nandun ako sa abroad, doon kami nagkita.
Hmm.
Posted ako doon ng 82.
Mhm.
Tapos nagkita kami, pumasyal sa Illinois.
Si FBR?
Oh.
Okay.
Tinignan niya yung mga military equipment and some fire trucks.
Mhm.
Doon ginagawa eh.
Nagkita kayo?
Nagkita kami. What are you doing here?
Okay.
Sir, na-assign ako sa ano eh. Hindi ko naman alam yung rivalries dito. 82 yun. Hindi nandun ako eh.
Mhm.
Yun. What are you doing here? Yun ang first encounter namin. Nang tinanong ko, sir, kumusta yung lakad niyo sa Illinois? Sabi niya sa akin, I have given the report already to Gerald Bear. Chief of Staff na si Bear.
Yeah.
Hindi, tama, nag-chief of staff. Tama, after 83, ano? So, wala kami. So, pinapabayaan ko lang. Nung bumalik ako ng Pilipinas, because after the revolution, I brought home my family. Despite their objections. Sabi ko, I have to serve my country, hindi ako dito.
So when EDSA happened, you were posted overseas?
Nandun ako sa Malacanang. I
sa
went
Malacanang
home and asked, what are you going to do with me? Naabutan ako doon. I arrived February 6, election February 7.
Oo nga, yeah.
Oh, if you remember that,
Yes,
kasi mahilig si Makoy sa dates eh.
Oo.
Dumating ako ng February 6, February 7, ako na ang nagbabantay doon sa may Kalabaw. Election returns.
Kalabaw na...
Yung headquarters ng PSG nga. Mayroon, Bureau of Animal Industry yun eh.
Oo nga.
Yun. So ako na ang nagbabantay doon. Hanggang sa lumipat sa community hall. Among the aides of Kulot, lahat kinuha na. Di ba? Sina Goles or umalis na, sina Monte. Ako ang naiwanan.
But you were more associated with there or...
Well, bago ko umalis ng US na posting, executive assistant niya ako sa NISA eh.
Oh.
Oo. Biro mo yun?
Oo.
Oo. So, nandun ako sa kabila. So, nung magka-revolusyon, 86, ako naging huling aide niya dahil wala na, alam na nila lahat eh. Either arrested na or tumakas na. Ako naman, I just simply went on doing my job, monitoring the elections. Hanggang ako na lang natira.
Right, elections and then nagkaroon na ng
arrest.
disobedience, di ba?
Nandun ako.
Okay.
Ako ang inutusan na magbobomba sa EDSA.
Oh, during, eto na,
Oo,
February
oo.
22 na at lahat.
Why did it not happen?
That's my next
Oh,
question.
hindi ko sasagutin din. Hindi ko rin sasagutin kung bakit hindi sila nakabomba. Pero ako ang binigyan ng instruction na tirahin mo na.
To do so. You did not comply or you just delayed compliance?
Mayroon ako mga ginawa doon na which up to now is personal lang sa akin.
Okay. Okay.
So, after the revolution,
Ano ka ba? I mean, tell me about...
pumunta na ako kay Greg. Sabi ko, sir, paalam ako, kunin ko pamilya ko. Yung team leader ko sa US,
You mean Greg
Onasan.
Onasan?
Yung team leader ko sa US, si Rafael Galvez. Kaklase ni Greg yun eh.
Yeah.
Rafael Galvez, yung nag-occupy ng Makati.
Yes.
Yun ang after nagkita na kami after the revolution. Anong balak mo dyan? Sir, kunin ko yung pamilya ko, balik na ako dito. Di sabi ko,
Your family was still in
oo, 82
Chicago.
ako nandun. Hindi, 84 sila nag-join sa akin. Di inuwi ko ang pamilya ko. Restart my career. Eh, mayroon na akong puhunan eh. Mindanao boy ako eh. So, yung unit ko na pinagmamalaki, yung 36 Infantry, was the strike battalion sa Mindanao noon, nung mga tinyente kami. That battalion, commanded by a certain Colonel Rosero, Vic Rosero, happens to have produced 4 chiefs of staff.
Wow.
Abo,
Okay.
Esperon, Rick David, Ed Anyo. As any battalion kung mayroon silang chief of staff. Yun ang prestige
Of that
of that unit. Doon sa workings niya doon. So, maswerte rin ako, di ba? At least bago ako umalis sa Mindanao, yun ang unit ko.
Yung bang ano, tell me what you thought of those events EDSA February 22 to February 25, 1986 in relation to what you knew of FBR. Like, was
He was
it
in
a
Krami.
surprise
He was in Krami.
he was, no? But
I didn't know. I
that
just came.
that he made that decision, that he withdrew his support. Nagulat ka ba doon? Or sa'yo hindi, ano?
Hindi ako nagulat. Ba't naman ako magugulat? He was on the other side. You knew the history about how
Power play between
FBR became the chief of staff. Di ba? Nandun na yun eh. So, aside from the fact that mayroon namang legitimate reasons for some people to rebel.
To break
diba?
away.
To break away. So, it was a natural turn of event na yung nga lang, matindi yung pagka ano. So, if there should be one that would take over the armed forces, there was a very natural contender. The Vice Chief of Staff. Di ba? Siya na.
Fidel V. Ramos.
Siya na. Kasi talagang mas senior siya kay ano eh, in terms of promotion. Naunang nag-brigadier general si FBR.
Oo nga.
And yet in the Commission on Appointments, that was questioned, sino mas senior? Remember that itong si FBR was PNP chief from 72. Therefore, he attained the rank of Major General much earlier than Kulot.
Kulot meaning FCD.
Kulot, di ba? Kulot siya.
Oo nga.
Kulot ang tawag niya.
Yep.
So, nandun ang ano noon. Pero,
So may seeds of
may seeds. So, of course, as a professional soldier, ako naman hindi naman ako nag-side ng ano eh. Because all the while, I thought that they were in the same camp in the first place. Mag-anak naman niya.
Oo nga.
So why would FBR go against Marcos?
But he did.
It's the call of the times. It was his personal conviction na kailangan na. So ano, can you question that? Hindi. Or it happened, na-trigger na sa defense. Yung RAM was in the works. All this, pero I think the breaking point or the tipping point was after Ninoy was assassinated. Nag-iba na. Doon na. Saka si Marcos was, only now would we know that, I think, mga starting 82, medyo nag-ano na siya. He was starting to lose control. Dahil may sakit. Which we never admitted. So it was history in the making.
So you remained neutral?
I remained loyal to my service.
Neither hero no.
I remained loyal to my service.
Let them,
Although there are personal attachments, it didn't really matter to me. I mean, it didn't matter to my career. Kasi nung kinuha naman akong PSG, I was the intelligence chief of Southern Command.
Diba? Southcom.
Southcom. And I was doing perfectly alright. Bigla na lang may order sa akin.
Ang tagal nung stretch.
Oo,
86 and
to
then
95.
to...
Katatapos lang na
95.
mabomba yung ipil noon. Na sunog
Oo nga,
ang
no?
ipil.
Yeah.
That was the trigger why I went there. I was in GSC. Umabot na ako eh. Nag-battalion commander na ako. So when I came back, they just go to assignments that benefits the rank, that befits the rank. Nag-GSC ako, nag-battalion commander ako. Then, tapos ang GSC ko, sumabog yung, habang nag-GSC ako, sumabog ang ipil. So I volunteered to go to Mindanao. Running after Abdurrajak,
Yeah.
Janjalani.
Yeah. Yeah.
Silang gumawa. That was the first attack by the Abu Sayyaf.
Yeah, Abu Sayyaf.
Hindi pa natin alam yun. But these were already the people who came from OFWs, who came from or religious leaders or MNLF warriors that went to overseas or to Afghanistan. Yun na yun. So, well, dahil siguro I do not know who knew my track record was. Pero to be suddenly pulled out from Mindanao to become PSG. Isileo Alves yun. That was the work of Alves. Whoever recommended me to him, I don't know.
You never found out?
I never found out.
Di ka nag-
Pero sabi ni Alves, basta binigay ang pangalan mo sa akin ng GSQ.
Okay.
O di, who am I to refuse?
No other interactions with FBR? Kasi
Almost, wala.
nag-chief of staff siya, nag-SND, nag-kandidato,
Wala.
tapos nanalo na ng presidente. You came in
Ay, in
the PSG
96, January.
Oo.
Eh, siyempre sa kampanya, kampi ka na doon because by 91, ano na ako eh, counterintelligence chief na ako ng army. Meaning, I was the one going after the coup plotters.
Oo nga.
Nag-iba na, di ba?
Oo.
Nag-iba na.
Oh,
Kasi
tell me
87, merong nanggaling ng mga tarlac na umatak sa Malacanang. Ako na sa mga isang pumipigil doon sa Tarlac. Doon na ako eh. Ako ang intel chief doon. So, 87, 88.
What was it like having to face your comrades?
Ano lang yan eh. Part of the usual sa military. If you have an opponent, if there is somebody opposite you and he wants to take you down, then you take him down.
Unahan mo.
Ganun na eh. Sundalo ka eh.
Regardless
Or
of
kung
whether
kaya namang usapan, di usapan. But
neutralize the threat.
you don't even think about sometimes pag danger ng ganyan, you don't even have to think about how safe you are. Tirahin mo lang. Tira, parang operation. Bahala na. Yun ang ano eh. You are trained to fight and die and survive.
Preferably survive.
Preferably survive. Ganun.
Wala, no? So the stretch lang talaga
96.
when you came into 96. Tell me about that. The first time you saw each other, kamo, nung
96.
tataka siyang nasa army ka.
Oo. Yung,
Tapos ito na yung, so ito na yung pangalan. Literally.
wala, yeah.
Just really
84 na yun eh.
Oh.
84 na yung nagkita kami doon sa US.
So ito
Then
na lang
next.
talaga. 96.
Oh, yes. Nung nag-revolusyon ng 86, hindi man kami, I was not connected. But Sani Rason was his senior editor. So, that's the connection.
And then 96.
96 na nung ako na ng PSG. Ako U2,
Yeah.
Southcom. So, I was okay in my job.
What was it like meeting him again after
Oh, well,
so long? Tsaka
in
kababayan mo.
between, ano naman pag piyesta, nandun sa Sasinggan. Nakikita kayo.
Okay.
So, But there's always there to remember that there's a Ramos that comes from Pangasinan. Di ba? So kung ano yung mga buhay niyang sarili, lagi mong susundan. Di ba?
Yeah, yeah.
And wishing that you would be with him also. Eh ako naman
And it happened.
And it happened. Di mabuti, nangyari. Di ba? Kasi it spelled a lot of difference. Being with him. Kasi after PSG ko,
What were your duties as a
PSG?
PSG? Yes, sir.
ako ang chief of
You
staff.
were chief of right. Oh,
Then I became the deputy commander
of
of
Joe Calibri.
Jokal.
Joe Cal, di ba?
Oh, di ba?
Tell me about that because that caught us by surprise. I mean, we who were regularly covering the president. I mean, that's the Halos Host assignment, for example, was a special operation, right?
It was kasi
It's not really under the purview of the presidential security.
yeah. So it was a case of a rich man who was brought to court by the father for having raped a 12-year-old
Yes,
guy.
child molestation.
Statutory rape yun.
Statutory.
So it was a case of a police
Yeah, it was a policeman.
police work bringing him to court, but he fled and he would not want to oblige and face the court. Nagiging issue na eh. So if you are the president and you have the forces that are capable, you can deploy the presidential security. So dineploy niya kami.
And this was one of them, those special cases.
So tulungan kami ng It was very funny because I was actually, based on what I got from one source, tumakbo yung kalaban sa Batangas, Batangas City. Natulog yung team ko sa Batangas City sa isang motel. Ganun pala, yung barangay na yun, doon pala nagtago. Kita mo nga naman,
So close.
And that's where one prominent military officer also fled noon. Si General Ramas, the commander of the army. Doon din pala isang mataas na bakod na compound. Babuyan, may chapel, etc. Biro mo doon ko natuntun na we were only there to take some hours to take a nap. Lumabas doon pala.
Doon nagtatago. Siyempre.
Ginanon namin yung nag-attack formation na kami. Ginanon yung truck. Nandito yung tao. Nag-tumbling papuntang gate. Binuksan yung gate. Attack na, raid na. Wala kami nakuha. Ganun pala, 30 minutes earlier, tumakas na. So yun na, yung paspasan na naman, habulan. Napuntang Quezon City. Kasi na-trace namin yung mga kung saan siya pumunta. Tapos tumakbo na sa kung saan. Kami naman, may helicopter kami. Yun, habol namin. Bataan pala.
Eventually,
In one island of Bataan.
hiding.
Napaalis na sana kami.
I remember it was also one of the first instances we found out na the use of technology, tracking.
Yeah. So, maganda yung istorya nun. Nakuha si Nung nasa isla siyang ganun, alam namin nandun na, nasult ko. Umuna ako sa bangkang ganun. Tumayo ako sa harap ng bangka. Nakaganon ako. Pero bago ko gawin yun, pinaganon ko na yung mga bangka ni na Dave Desiano, yung mga Air Special Forces. Nakaganon ako sa nakakala mo, Conqueror na darating. Nung lumabas sila, 6 pala yung M16 nila.
They were armed.
Kung manlaban yon, di ako ang unang tinamaan. Siguro natakot din. So, nadala rin sa forma. Yan, nakuha. Inuwi. Brinibe ako.
Really?
Brinibe ako para hindi na lang namin siya. Nakuha na lang kita eh. we know na si Halosos owns so much of
So many properties,
and some productions.
businesses. 96 was also parang banner yield yun, ano? Kasi
Yeah.
si Halusos. But
96 was a banner year because in September of 96, we had the final peace agreement. Baka nandun ko sa Malabang doon nagpirmahan
yep. I was there.
That was the most scary presidential security operations. Ay, kasi itong si FBR, you had to move, he had to walk some 200 kilometers before he could reach the stage. At nandyan lahat ng mga MNLF, kung ano-anong tropa, baka may armas dyan, di naman na ano yun. Ipipinetre niya, unless, dinudumog siya ng tao. Pag may nangyari dito, pag may nahulog na isang granada dito.
Yeah, he was there at the...
Malabang, doon sa stage. Tapos na doon si Normisario, nagpirma doon, ceremonial.
Tapos
Ayun na, so 1996.
Oh,
Di ba? SPCPD.
right. And APEC.
APEC, 96. Oh.
Hinuli
APEC,
mo
96.
si Halusos.
APEC, preparation namin naman sa Manila, na sinakantoy. Of course, ako ang 96. Si Kantoy pa. But I was the task force commander for task force APEC. APEC. Si Nakantoy is si close in.
Right, right.
Sa National Executive Board si Joey. So ako ang task force APEC.
Right.
96. I think the following year we went to Canada for the APEC.
Yeah, in Vancouver. Pero sakit ng ulo, I mean.
Well,
working for him was not exactly
oo naman
bed of roses.
pag gising ng umaga niyan, pag nasa abroad na kayo, edi you have to have all the newspapers, di ba? Or give him a briefing on what's happening. Kung mainit ang dating ng balita, di kasama ka rin sa mabull out. Pero pag nabull out ka na sa umaga, sigurado kang hindi ka nabubull outin for the rest of the day.
Ano yung quota?
Quota ng bull out.
Hindi nga, seriously. So the earlier the better.
The earlier the better. Pero ano nga, hindi naman. Pambira naman yung ikaw personally papagalitan niya. But it is because of the lapses of the system. So, nakakatuwa din na it came to a point na baka gusto mong pagtakpan ng sarili mo, sabi mo, nakapuntos na ako, nakakota na ako.
So, hindi
Okay na ako. Di ba?
You're good.
You're good for the day.
Talaga, overseas, that would happen.
Local or overseas. Pag nasa mansion house ka, nandun kayo. So, doon kayo nakabilit. Or kung nasa labas ka, mali yung alam mo naman yung panahon natin dapat coordinated yung PSG, PMS, media. Di ba? Sino mga maro noon? Saan yung media? O kaya may papagalitan siya ng media. Di ba? Pero wala, hindi niya pinapagalitan ng media. He knows na, no? He knows na he needs the media.
Yeah, it was
it was
very good relations.
It was a very good,
actually.
and there was so much collaboration sa media.
And he insisted na.
And he insisted na yung media, isasama mo yan sa engagements. Hindi tulad ng mga ibang na, bahala kayo kung makahabol kayo. Alam niya yun na dapat nandun yung play ng
Patches and
SPCPD. Kung saan ka pupunta na lugar, babaguhin mo yun. Tapos kailangan magandang sukat. Tingnan mo yung, may rami siyang yellow, dyan.
Pero hindi ba problema yun? I mean, he was very...
Meticulous. Grabing meticuloso dito. Yan, itong mga
OC, sir.
talagang Talagang
It was very detailed, ano?
he was very detailed sa, di ba sa kanya yung complete stop work?
Yep.
Ganon siya. Sa pag-execution, dapat you should be doing your job. Give all, everything to your job. Yan ang kanyang ano eh.
And he would, if you remember, may designated path na eh.
Oh.
But very often he would
Nako,
deviate.
ano yan eh, sutil.
That,
Yung kung saan yung nagrarally, pupuntahan pa niya kung minsan. Tapos pagagalitan ka niya, bakit niyo pinipigilan? Pag may nangyari, ikaw naman sasagot. So, it's
hindi ito ko
all,
tumarap eh, no?
it's all I'm sure that through the years, as a combat officer and special forces, alam niya yung play ng ano eh, ng managing risks. Saka coming up with the narrative na gusto niya mangyari. Specializations yan sa special forces. Eh. So, alam niya kung paano. Plus, magaling siyang gumawa ng narrative. Like, Philippines 20,000. 2,000. Oh.
Oo.
All the, yun ang ano niya, yun ang kanyang brand, di ba? That was his branding. Philippines 2000. Afterwards, he was, kaya natin to. So, meron siyang parang sinusundan na higher than leading the Philippines up to 1998. Beyond that, it is always the good of the nation that he was thinking of. Philippines 2000. Governance. Parang yun ang lagi niyang sinasabi, we have a ship and we are sailing. And we are all in that ship. And therefore, we must have unity, solidarity, and teamwork.
UST.
And while we are doing it, we must be caring, daring, and sharing. Yung mga ano, mahilig siya sa slogan, mahilig siya sa...
Hanggang ngayon, sir, memorize mo pa.
Oh, ano yan eh. Nung Secretary of Defense yan, ano yan. Clear, hold, consolidate, develop. Oh, ganun ang methodology ng addressing the CPP-NPA. Clear, hold, consolidate, develop. Hanggang ngayon naman, ganun naman.
Still the same.
Still the same. You may call it shaping the situation, organizing, etc. But it's basically that. Clear, hold, consolidate, develop. In other areas, you may want to start with development, but you have to also clear, hold, consolidate. So, ganun lagi.
Parang ganun din sa MNLF.
Ganun din. But we must really credit him for the for people who have been to Mindanao, looking for the proverbial peace in Mindanao. When we got the 1996 final peace agreement, that was something that triggered more activities towards development. Hindi na yung panay gera. Because the problem in Mindanao, for all intents and purposes, it really sapped our resources. Putting in so much to quell the armed activities there. Deploying forces,
instead of
building bridges. So he enjoyed it when he was already able to build some long bridges, Singan Tayog. Yun yun.
Yeah.
When he was already able to connect Umiray River to Angat Dam, Angat River. 12 kilometers na ano yun. Na 12 kilometers na tunnel yun. Kung hindi niya ginawa yun, patay-patay tayo sa water supply ngayon. Yung isang river na just flows out to the Pacific Ocean, ginanon niya, tinumbok niya, tapos ginanon niya papuntang hirap na hirap kami mag-deploy doon kasi jungle yun eh.
Right.
Anytime maambus ka doon. Yung Kasiknan,
Yeah.
ginanon din niya, tinanal din niya yun eh. To become part of the Magat River.
San Roque.
Yun ang mga
din
engineering feats na hindi naman magagawa ng mga hindi mahilig sa engineering.
He was an engineer.
He was an engineer. He really was working on the marami. Everywhere we went, may mga ginagawang mga bago no. Sa construction, roads, bridges.
Nearly half the time he was inspecting.
Pag nasa field tayo, di ba? Laging meron.
Diba?
Marami.
Ribbon cutting.
So he was really somebody who, MRT. That was this. We went through a lot of things. Di ba? Matagal na matraffic dyan, EDSA. But pagkatapos ng magawa yon, kita mo naman kung anong ibinigay na konsuelo at comfort sa mga riding public. Kanya yan. We might be forgetting na sa kanya yan.
Started
MRT.
this. Did he have enough time to do everything?
For him. Yeah.
I mean,
Seemingly, walang
he had only 6
nakita mo
years,
yun,
sir.
di ba? Ano yung ano niya? Yung onion skin na schedule. Punong-puno lagi yun, dala-dala niya. He tries to make his own schedules, pero ibibigay din niya sa ano. So, laging puno ang kanyang schedule. But he tried his best also to clear some dates, to find time for his love of golf, love of sports. Kaya enjoying din kami, maski na trabaho ng trabaho. Mamaya, nag-golf ka na.
Pero trabaho din yung golf
Siyempre, isisecure mo siya.
But ibig ko sabihin, kung sino man yung kasama niyo dun sa golf.
You have to bring them together.
They were still discussing work. Di ba?
Well, that's the beauty of the sport. Punta ka doon sa kabila ng riverbank, doon sa Palacio, then you cross. So, ang mga laging hindi nakaka-cross dyan, si Governor Singson, Central Bank, bayad sila ng multa bawat bola na pumunta sa Pasig River. So,
you mean they would
tee off sila. Pag hindi nakakross, bayad, 500. Tapos sunod sino ba yung mga mokong na gustong makipag-golf doon. Hindi nila akalain ganun pala. But to big businessmen, to be paying 500, that was nothing compared to the honor of playing with the president.
Having
Tapos yung
time with him.
yung legislative LEDAC, Legislative Executive Development Advisory Council. Doon niya inaano. Ang daming gamit yung golf. So, nakalaro na siya, naka-ball out pa siya, naka-coordinate pa.
At may trabaho mong nangyari.
May trabaho na. Kami naman, happy kami dahil nakaka-golf din. It was fun. Kaya nung paalis na siya, lalo na sa mga nauna nung pang tao na niya sa Krame. Itong mga to, maraming sundalo dito. Halimbawa si Sunny Rason actually was able to leave mga 97, nag-Western Police District na siya. Nakaalis na rin yung iba. Ako na iwan. Tama-tama, nandun na ako to become the deputy. Pero nung paalaman na, siyempre, everybody becomes sentimental. Pero ako, may extra akong, dahil meron akong, balo ako noon eh.
Yes.
Meron akong nakilala na doktora sa PSG. Na pinaris-paris niya sa akin. Ito pala,
Siya ang nag-matchmaker?
One of the matchmakers. Saka
si FBR?
Saka si Gloria. Saka si mother ni Gloria. ano na siya noon eh.
Mrs. Arroyo.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
si Gloria noon was already
Senator.
vice president.
98 na.
Oh, di ba? Nag-vice president na siya.
Yeah. 98. After FBR.
After FBR. Hindi, ano muna siya? She was a
Senator.
senator. Then, nag-vice president. Kay Erap. Tama, kay Erap na yan. Pero naging ninang ko na rin dahil, pero doon sa isang activity yata yung nag-dinner kami at nandun si Evangeline Eva Macapagal. Isa pa yun na nag-endorse doon sa, girlfriend mo pala, di dapat pakasal na kayo. Ayos.
Matchmaker pala si FBR.
Matchmaker
din
yan.
pala.
Matchmaker yan. After I left Malacanang, naging ano na ako, Chief of Joint Operations Center sa GSQ. That's a very good position.
Oo. Sa joke na.
Joke. Then after that, nag-G3 na ako ng Army.
Hindi ka ba naging quite a few of the military officers who we interviewed shared that because of their association with FBR or because they worked or they're closely identified with FBR, medyo
Minalas sila.
sideline nung pumasok yung bagong administrasyon.
Kay Erap. Hindi naman. Wala.
Not with you.
Not with me. In the first place, I have my own record. Pero nung umalis na ako ng PSG, I was given the position of Chief of the Joint Operations Command.
Malaki rin yung well, in effect, malaki rin talaga yung naging influence ni
Ng PSG? To be with PSG? Wow, you're right there in the corridors of Malacanang. So,
elite.
uh,
And it's an
I did
elite unit,
I did not mind it. I mean, it never entered my heart na or my mind na, sikat na ako. Hindi, ako. Trabaho lang ako. Mayroon pa nga binigay si FBR na assignment. The number one Shabu smuggler at that time in 1997 was Chongko. Inoperatan namin yun. Ako ang nag-lead doon. Ako nag-lead.
That was another one of
In
those special-
Talayan. So, halos-halos at saka yun. Yung Talayan sa Quezon City. Nagkakaso-kaso ako doon dahil mayroong bata na crossfire.
Natamaan. Yeah.
So, yung mga nagkakaso doon na mga sundalo, I had to take care of them for so many years, 1997, until I became the Chief of Staff. Hindi sila na-promote eh. Nung nag-Chief of Staff na ako, it was my time to promote them. But nung kaso-kaso pa, di siyempre obligasyon kong alagaan sila.
Alalayan.
So, yun. So I knew right then and there kung ano yung drug problem, how serious it was. Kaya, itong panahon na ito ngayon, I know na pag hindi natin inawat yung drugs na yan, babagsak tayo.
Ano natutunan mong May mga learning, management skills, something that you learned while you were posted with him, with FBR.
The mere fact that he is into complete stop work, CSW, saka yung kanyang inclination to go after details if he has time, lahat yun. Pero ang maganda sa kanya, minsan na-obserbahan namin how he handles conflicts between peoples. Kung paano niya pag-aanuhin. So, he has many techniques. Pwede niyang daanin sa gold, pwede niyang kausapin, pwede niyang ipapuntaan sa ibang tao. Basta alam niya yung problema kung anong direksyon nun. Sabi nga, there are many ways of skinning a cat. And he doesn't run out of solutions.
Nadala mo yun?
Oh, well, hindi naman. Siguro, ba't ako nag-chief of staff? Yan. But then, nung sa idolo, nung grade 4 pa lang ako, doon sa eskwelahan sa probinsya, may mga malalaking pictures dyan. Sa history na kayo, grade 4 eh. Ang pinaka-prominent sa akin na nakikita doon, yung may sword noon na sundalo. Na may konting bigote. That was Antonio Luna. Antonio Luna, in effect, became my first inspiration or idol in a town that was where there were so many World War II veterans. So, may inclination talaga akong pagsusundalo. Then, kay FPR, huli na lang nung ano na ako, nung high school ko na siya, I gained consciousness of him. Noong high school na ako eh. I knew that there was this Colonel Ramos, na West Pointer.
Your townmate.
My townmate. All things. Alam ko pa yung PC chief siya, na nagtulak siya ng, ng jeep eh. Dahil sa between Ordaneta na Singan, ano yun, panay boulders yun, panay lubak-lubak yun.
Road at that time, right?
Rock road yun. So magaling din siya sa photo ops. In fact, nung PSG na ako, one of the things that you really have to take care is the photo ops events. Kailangan nakaayos yan. Hanggang ngayon, pag nag-retire na siya, marunong pa rin siya magaling.
Ganun pa rin.
So, talaga namang, if you go through him, you're a better man.
Pero stricto eh.
Ay, stricto. Sa Pangasinan, tatay ko naman, stricto din.
So nothing new.
So, nothing new. And in the end,
You learn more. Or you learn better.
you appreciate na you had a man who was strict, but who gave you opportunities also. Di ba? Biro mo, nakapag-travel ako abroad, ang dami ko rin nakita doon as PSG. And I met a lot of people. So, when you get those opportunities, you become, you rise from your being a barrio boy. Di ba? Well, hindi naman ako barrio boy dahil nag-Philippine Science High School naman ako eh. Ano na naman tayo eh. Medyo... But there is always something that adds to your value when people like him get to be your boss. Diba? You learn some styles.
So nag-mentor din.
Yeah. Unconsciously,
Model, mentor.
unconsciously, ano ka rin. When you do like this, kayang-kaya. Hindi kayang-kaya nga. Oh.
So he's infectious also.
Infectious. Very much. Yeah.
How have you stayed connected over the years, sir? I mean, you're still very active.
Yeah.
Very much into
Marami
in
kami.
public,
Tong RPDev, I attend all the meetings. Through golf, through yearly Christmas parties.
okay.
Doon sa bahay nila.
Ano naman ang...
And siya naman, hindi bumibitaw eh. That's the beauty of him. He tends to be loyal also to his people. Di ba? He will write you a note, a birthday note. Kung ako nga, hindi ko magawa yun eh. Pero siya, well, at least it's in the systems. So, the loyalty develops up, down, down, up. So, continuing yun.
But altogether, it's been a very fruitful, very interactive relationship with FBO.
Yeah. Saka yung the people who work under him tend to, of course, get in touch with each other. So, ano naman yan? As you go from the ranks, you simply have to retain some friends. And because sila din naman ang kausap mo pag akyat mo.
So once in a while, you drop by.
Oh yeah, here?
Ask
Lalo na nung nag-go-golf kami.
advice or...
Yeah. Nung chief of staff ako, I sought his advice.
Talaga.
Kasi army commander din ako, I sought his advice. Remember, one of the forces major forces that was with me was the special forces. Creation niya yun eh.
Yes.
uh, um, Special Forces Regiment. Special Forces ni Ramos. Ganun eh.
Oh, yeah, no, special forces.
He was
Kasi
the
yung
father of that. Si yung Rangers eh, kay ano yan, kay
Ileto.
Ileto.
Tapos yung SAF, yung PC.
Oh, yun. Because
Sariling army ni Fidel.
dahil sariling army ni Fidel. Kasi siya ang father ng Special Forces ng Army. Special Forces din yung SAP eh. Kaya galit yan sa Mama SAP, ano? Daming
Yeah.
daming kasi naging casualty din. So,
What do you want people to remember from his life as a public servant,
well,
president?
during his time as president, I would remember him for his peace effort, despite being a warrior. And I would credit him for leveling the playing field. Marami siyang ginawa. Like, when did we have the telecoms?
Panahon.
Inopen niya, di ba? Panahon niya yun. Airlines. Kanya yan.
He broke the monopolies.
Yeah, the monopolies eh, nawala sa kanya. So, medyo hindi natin makakalimutan yan. And when you build a nation, kanya-kanyang contribution yan eh. So, in terms of the insurgency, it was during his time also that the insurgency, yung NPA, went down tremendously after 86, 87. And sa ngayon, tumaas man ng konti, bababa na yan, pero hindi sila nakaka-ahon masyado. And but something else has grown, yung kanilang United Front. So that is something that we have to address now. Mayroon silang party list, mayroon silang labor fronts, mayroon silang student fronts.
Nawala yung RAM. There was a peace agreement with the MNLF.
MNLF, yeah. And he immediately started the negotiations with the MILF.
Yun lang, medyo kulang ng oras.
Hindi natapos yung CPP-NPA dahil talaga namang di matatapos yan kasi ang working platform ng CPP-NPA is the peace talks will never succeed until they are the ones
Dictator.
ruling. Di paano naman they're just using the peace process to gain advantage.
Is there an FDR legacy?
Of course.
Yun na yun.
It's practically bringing governance to work for the people. Kung anong purpose ng ano. But as I said, yung peace effort niya would be something that he's a man of peace. Sa kanya rin nanggaling yung yung principles of the pathways to peace. Remember, natandaan mo na siya yung nag-convene kina COMELEC chairman, yung lady Yorak. Sila yun eh.
Yeah.
Sila yung kinonvene niya, sina mga bishops. Tapos sumunod na dyan, sina General yan, sina Ermita. Mga ano yan, sila ang katulong niya sa pagbuo ng peace. And yet, it was expected that because he was a military man, he would go all out using the military and the PNP security forces against the enemies of the state. But he saw to it na yung peace, the side of peace, will take center stage. Ayun. So he should be remembered for that, the peace. Then kung gusto mo naman ng labanan, hindi naman siya nagkulang. And then I would remember him as the man of sports. Golf, scuba diving,
Physical activity.
physical activities. Grabe yan sa physical activities. Exercises hanggang ngayon, nagpo-push up, sit up, sa golf course. Pag na-outdrive ka niya, push up kami lahat. And we're just happy to oblige.
Sumasabay ka ba rin doon, sir? Yung mga morning jog,
Noon. Yeah, noon. Pero ngayon wala na siya. Scuba diving.
yeah.
Sa kanya ako nagsimulang nag-scuba diving. Very somebody who has so much influence in our lives.
Would you do it all again?
Oh yes. Oh. Pero pag bumalik sa lugar na yan, may mga improvement din ako dahil alam ko pala kung saan papunta. Kasi 2020, hindsight ka na. But it was fun going through it. There was no way of knowing how it will end, but I'm happy na it ended so well. And he's still contributing. Remember nung pag-upo ni Digong, President Digong, siyang ginawang special envoy sa China?
Oo nga.
Marami pa rin siyang ginawa.
He's
He's still working for government.
at 91.
And he still sends notes to everybody. So, in the twilight of his life, very productive pa rin. That's how it should be.
True public servant all throughout. Thank you very much for your time.